4 positions still are very potent in this
Are you going to
patch.
give up Slardar?
I was going to say, has that been banned as well, or is that just slipping through?
Banned.
It has been banned, but not this game. Nyx Assassin, of course, still one of those as well. We saw it picked up in the second phase in one of the previous games. The cheers are once again on Nigma's side. Even though we established at the start of this series, like there was a check with the stage house who the most fans were for, but it was secret that most people were cheering for. However,
Well, to be
these people
fair,
are just fans of Dota.
this could be a new group of people as well. Keep in mind, because you only, I think,
I don't know.
You watch a game and then you've got to like reshuffle as they get a new.
What would you
in.
do if you got yourself a seat, knowing that there were so many people waiting for a seat? I know that there's some really nice people that would then, oh, after a game or two, I'll, make space for someone else. No, I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna make sure that I don't drink any water, so I don't have to go to the toilet. I'm gonna be there for the whole series.
Well, I think we know which fan Shiver is. I can't sit still for that long, so I would.
How do you fly?
I hate flying. So they are going to give up the Slardar. There is Nyx Assassin and
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, I think Slardar is like easily the most OP.
Yeah, there he is.
Which I think is also kind of cool. Like, Secret are still ahead, and they've given the IO up 3 different times and said, okay, we're going to try and beat this. Now they're going to get an opportunity to be able to show they can beat Slardar.
This is how I start with it, Cap. You need some sort of defensive purge. You need a cleanse mechanic. Oracle's got 2. It's also great synergy with the Troll, who can lane well against Slardar. Because if you want to play a melee hero against Slardar, you are crazy. And then the immediate Razor, just to ensure that you have that answer where even if this Troll isn't vulnerable, if you get the link off, who cares? He won't be dealing damage.
Yeah, this is somebody actually drafted Troll in the 1-2 against Secret when they got their hands on Slardar. And even though Secret did win, I think it is a theoretical,
10 seconds remaining.
like at least the laning phase matchup, right? That is the scariest thing about these Slardars. He's so strong in lane. He doesn't have to do any of those creep pulling mechanics just because his bash is out of control right now. So you've got a ranged carry that is able to deal with that really well. He's got his miss percentage chance that it's going to be effective throughout the game. You've got a save to be able to have synergy with that Troll.
And the Bat Rider's already banned out in the first 3, along with the Morph Ench, which are all consistently pretty good performers against Slardar.
Now you just want heroes that are going to be able to kite the Troll as much as possible. Razor does that quite well with his movement speed, draining away his damage, takes advantage of the corrosive haze that we're going to be having on these heroes as well.
Yep.
And a fast pace.
Yep, and also another reason Slardar are just so damn good, who's playing it, right? It could effectively be any of the players on this Nigma lineup. It's just a matter of what they feel is best for their draft. And no matter what, Slardar is going to do Slardar things, right? Strong laner, tons of stuns, aggressively increases your physical damage.
Gambit were the ones who opened with the Troll, but they did Troll AA.
Yeah.
And that...
Into Slardar?
Yeah, Slardar. And that this is a much better.
It used to be better because Slardar would take bonus damage when he was sprinting, and you would then increase that damage taken even more with the W. But I think now that is just not the case. It was also a much stronger AA when your E was also super busted, and you gave it to allies too, and you just killed the Slardar in the laning phase.
Does Poppy have a camera on his shoulder, or is that just a...
It's his drafting parrot.
Or this is...
Why do you think they like Kunkka so much, Chiefs?
No, that's a little thingy from a shirt. Never mind. What?
Huh?
Shiva wasn't listening to your nonsense, Kyle.
I'm used to women ignoring me while I talk.
It's good that you made that comment, so I did not have to. All right,
Kyle had to make peace with that a long time ago.
Medusa ban coming out from Secret and the instant Tiny snap pick up.
Yeah, I like that. I think that that's a guaranteed giveaway in the next phase for Nigma, and I think that this is just one of YapzOr's best heroes. Assuming he is the one playing it, of course, you never know. But naturally, you get so much armor from your ultimate, it sort of cancels out the Slardar's effect. Thus, it's a pretty nice pickup
here. Is it mostly YapzOr playing Tiny? Have we seen someone else play it? I know they swap things around on other teams a lot, but I don't think we've seen Secret swap Tiny around. For this event, I would be correct, but...
Yeah, you'd be right about that.
I'm not,
I guess not too surprising.
Now you're thinking about what support you want to pick up here, because this could be the Kuro Slardar. We saw that yesterday, and instead it's going to be the Kuro Chen. I like this pickup. I think, especially when you have a Slardar, I love when you add in this tower pressure, right? You already got such strong mid-game with these two cores. Now add in the Chen, and all of a sudden Roche becomes easier. You suddenly have someone that can pick up auras, and I think that's key. Secret always have these teamfight items. There have been times where Nigma doesn't, and specifically, another thing to examine about that game 3 in comparison to the first two, when does Nigma look the best? It's when they're playing fast. It's when they're playing with tempo, and they're the ones fighting you, and this gives them the power to do so.
In that case, what Nigma really needs then is another source of initiation. If it's also a source of vision, that would be nice. But right now, their biggest concern is being like this Razor isn't able to stay on top of people as much as he wants to, because Troll is naturally kind of a fast hero. You've got to save from an Oracle, and then Tiny has a save of sorts with his toss, right? Whether it's tossing the Razor away. So you really need to make sure that you lock heroes down in one area, and you are able to play that fast pace against Secret.
I expect we'll see another rushed BKB on the Razor. That's going to be critical here, just so you can stick onto that Troll like glue. It also just makes it easier for your team to play the game, because you're going to be having to be the one running forward. Like, you see how durable the Secret lineup is already. And I was thinking they might go for the Starkseer, because it just creates that kiting potential. And you talked about what's the fear of the Troll? It's not dying because of the Oracle. It's actually just being drained. And this Darkseer is going to allow him to just duck and dodge in and out of the fights. Plus, Chen now looks like an incredibly slow-paced hero against these 4 of Secret. It's a very tough game for you if you ever get caught in the back foot.
They're like, Nigma, you want to play fast? We'll show you play fast. See if they can set the same type of tempo as we saw coming out from Nigma previous game.
I think it was interesting because it actually could have worked on both sides.
Yeah.
Simply because of the support Slardar / support Darkseer that's been kind of running around.
And it's nice, too, because we talked about where the aura item's going to come from Secret, right? They kind of needed the offlaner to fill that role. If you went for something like the Centaur, the LC, and then suddenly it's like, well, he's probably going to be buying like that Force, maybe the armor items of Vlad's. All these items are key, but it wouldn't fit the hero's kit. Whereas Darkseer, whatever it feels like they need, be that a Force, a Lotus, the Pipe, the Vlad's, whatever, you're going to feel fine. And Lifestealer into Troll, how do you feel about that one? Because I've always favored the Troll, personally.
I think the synergy that they have with the Lifestealer offsets the matchup.
Yeah, I can give you that.
Right? Just like they have this Slardar, you have to make use of it somehow. Like, what else are you going to be running? Like PA?
Yeah, it's true. And it also just makes this Oracle, though, even more valuable. The name of the game for Nigma is just going to be to pop Puppy immediately, because otherwise you can dispel the open wounds, the amplify, you're going to have problems. And I like it because, to your point, Nigma now are at a point where if they get ahead in the game, you get that Armlet Desto Lifestealer timing with a Blink Slardar. It doesn't matter what the draft is. It doesn't matter what Secret has. You can't get enough defensive items up in time to compete with that amount of raw physical damage.
You know, I think it would be cool if Nigma switched it up and ran 4 GH and grabbed like Mars. The other play was, actually the Earthshaker for GH, right? You need something that jumps in and forces the enemy to be able to stay in one area. And Earthshaker and Mars both do that for you really well.
Puck does it too.
Mars is also very good versus Troll.
Yeah, he is talking MC, so it does feel like it might look to be his hero. I see. If I'm looking at Nigma's lineup, I'd love to see them play with something like a Furion, but it's not good in the game. And I feel like there's more options at the 4 than the 3. I feel like if you get an early drums on Slardar here from the core role and just start running at people with your Chen, there isn't much of a counterplay from Secret, and I think you want to be able to take it to him. Because as this game progresses and Secret's lineup comes online, I think they start to take the lead here. They also will have that ultimate last pick, so it won't be as free of a game for Razor as it appears at the moment.
We also see GH being very vocal on our screens, so it is mind control and GH. What are they going to decide? Who's playing Slardar and who gets the last pick for their team right here?
Is Puck still available?
Puck is still available, as I mentioned.
I'm sorry, Sheep.
It's okay.
I took your habit of not listening to other people.
Fair. Broodmother and instant Underlord pick. Broodmother ban, that is.
Underlord is counter to the troll, and it is still that concept of fighting in an area, right?
And it forces BKBs in a way. Or at the very least, if you try and armor up to deal with Miracle, you're going to have to deal with the Firestorm, max HP burn damage, plus the Pit. And it also creates area control. Choke points now got a lot more difficult. Also, you have the Chen, you have tower pressure.
Remaining.
It's just the team fight that was lacking. Plus, now you have a sustain item buyer to counteract, to go along.
Oh, God.
You may now select your
You have now picked Underlord, and they have a Slark, and MC's holding his head going, oh, God, no.
Infinite scaling.
Dude, I hate this matchup so much. It's one of my least favorite matchups.
They can swap things around, perhaps.
I literally never play Underlord because of this matchup. It ruins
Is
you.
it that bad? What, just because the laning phase is so rough? You buy a Force Staff at a point and run away from it.
No, your like whole game is just kind of ruined by the concept of Slark, right? It's like not just his laning phase is bad. So they're able to just secure like a slight advantage and then 1-to-1 you. But then your entire concept of playing longer drawn out fights is good for Slark.
This is also the dream Slark game. You remove all of these debuffs from yourself. You win the lane, to your point. You can run away from the Razor. You own the Chen. It's also a 1-to-1 good matchup against the Lifestealer.
You know what's funny though? Slardar is a great core against in Slark, so can you run for Underlord? Pick up like a Rod of Atos GH Underlord?
I actually wouldn't mind that. I think that, to your point, I'd rather have my Slardar staying in lane against Slark than an Underlord who it feels like inevitably might become useless. Nigma, if you feel the crowd, they'll have the energy behind them. They can ride that the first 15 to 20 minutes. They take those early towers, they can get a commanding lead. However, Secret into the late game, 30 minutes plus, it starts to really turn in their favor.
Any final words, Cap?
Let's go Nigma.
All right, let's see if we can get that 5th game going. That Odie picks up on the cost. Let's go.
Can't wait for this one, Sheev. We're coming into game 4 now of Nigma versus Secret. What a series we have had so far. A real treat for what has been a real treat of a tournament as a whole. The cost, we've seen the draft. That last pick, Slark, certainly has its sort of ups and the strengths this game, but they do have some potential lane counters that Nigma could run against it.
They could, yeah. They could put the Razor on the off lane against the Slark. Or
Slardar.
Slardar, yeah. And they could put the Underlord mid. They've done that before. Have a Razor on the off lane, mind control. Played mid before the Underlord. Even though it's not, if they decide to put Troll on mid, it's still gonna be okay for Underlord. He will get his farm.
Yeah, I mean, you know, with that Slark as a final pick for Secret, what does that sort of say to you from what Secret want to do? Is it very much another game where they say, well, Nigma's going to try and push at us as 25 minutes in. We're going to do our best to make sure that they slip up and get this Slark to this point where he has this BKB, feels pretty indestructible, and is able to just carry it to the late game.
They wanted to have a hero who can scale into late game if it comes to that, but also a lane where Slark can beat this Underlord. This beefy hero needs some kind of a counter. I was thinking whether they're going to go for Ursa or Slark. They decided to go for Slark, and they just need to have the lane matchup. They need to be the ones having a better matchup for themselves. Also, it's going to come to that, who takes the first Roche. You see Slardar, you see Lifestealer. I think it's a great Deso game for him. Like this minus armor combined from these two.
Yeah, build that pretty much most of the time Miracle will go for. Sure, we saw like the Maelstrom build-up earlier this series, but that was in a game where he was significantly behind and felt that he was forced to go for sort of that farming item to catch things up. So if all things go to plan, I absolutely would agree with you. There is going to be the chance that Miracle sticks to that armlet Deso that he's been, you know, just so successful with this tournament.
Yeah, one thing they can do is run a tri-lane for Team Secret, put the Darkseer on the top lane, and he just creep skips. Lifestealer will get the free farm, but so will Darkseer. Like, Chen will be the one harassing you, getting a creep, but I don't think that's enough. YapzOr gets the rune. 1, 2, 3 for Nigma.
Yeah, Nigma taking the advantage on the bounty rune pickups. May lose a hero, though, as YapzOr, Matu, and Puppey, they'll look towards Kuro. Kuro trying his best to run away. YapzOr, I believe, still with the spell ready to pop, and there it is. Tossed back into first blood for Matu.
Easy Agi. And this combo, if they decide to run a tri-lane, you just go backstab, find a toss, and you see Mind Control already preparing to cut the waves.
Oh, yeah. He knows, right? He cannot really play that lane against the Slark. So over he goes. will be able to clear up the first creep wave before anyone gets here, or at least the range creep. Both supports are coming across to try and bully Mind Control away from just having this free wave to start the lane off. Yabso and Puppey, they'll do their best to mess with him. We'll see how much damage they can do, as they're going to slowly chase him down. Mind Control obviously not able to go for any sort of TP attempt out. Yeah, there's no escape for him. As he has got another Firestorm, he's going to get the second wave in. Will he get it out before he goes? We'll do a little bit of damage to the wave.
They're going to deny those creeps.
That maybe a
not a good
Firestorm.
Firestorm.
He didn't want to pop. As creeps will be taken away.
And Zai, he got the creep wave near his tower. Nigma GH, there's the bash.
And it's starting to take the tower hits though, so GH, got to be careful. Make sure he de-aggros. And Zai will be able to soak up those first few creeps unhindered. But it very much, it has been what's this bottom lane? As Mind Control comes back in, and of course the creep waves meeting here does have to try and draw them away from Matu. Not going to be easy to do so with those two supports. They're going to constantly be looking for opportunities to allow Matu to get aggressive onto this very vulnerable offlaner in this Slark matchup.
Mid lane is okay for Troll, of course. Razor has a better matchup, uses that static link, some harassment, stealing the damage, but every single time you use static link, whirling axes to slow him down so he does not get the full drain. Zai will be, once again, the sacrificial offlane. We've seen what he can do even without the farm, but we've also seen what Miracle can do when he has this free farm life. So they're farming the jungle and the side camp and the lane.
A bit of an attempt onto Zai there, but couldn't quite get the fourth hit off the bash in time before the surge is there.
Secret needs to pull the lane back on the bottom lane, so they have this backstab ability with the tiny back toss, and there's a lot of kill potential if they just wrap around and have lane in a good position, and that's what Puppey does, just pulls the creep wave.
I mean, both carries with the setup are going to have a great start. You'll see Miracle free farming at his tower. Matu's going to be able to do the same and maybe even farm kills as well as Mind Control tries to step in. It's not a safe place for him to be. These three heroes will kill the Underlord very easily. They do so once again in this lane. That's mid lane, Nisha. He's going to be wrapped around on GH, coming in for a very early movement. Gets in with the crush. Has the bash too. A good amount of damage building up on the static link. These body blocks as well from GH. The slow from the plasma field, that'll do it. Yep. GH swimming across to the mid lane for an early movement that catches Nisha off guard.
And Zai uses that info, pulls the wave, needs to do something. He's not getting too much out of this. Like, he's 0-0.
Yeah, not the sort of expected start as a Darkseer. Not a single CS to be had. There it is. Finally he breaks the emptiness, the loneliness up top as he gets that first last hit. Fortunate for him, other lanes are going great for his teammates. Bottom lane, another death on Mind Control.
They're ruining Mind Control's game. At least he's getting some CS compared to Darkseer. I love what they did. They swapped this Slardar on the top lane so that he has the bash and ability to stop any kind of aggressive play from Darkseer, skipping the creep waves, and having a Chen on the bottom lane. I mean, you gotta lose one of those lanes.
I mean, and some of this CS difference, it's getting crazy. The comparison between the two carries, sure, the kills are there for the Slark down bottom, but top lane, Miracle 34 CS. The mid lane matchup, 18-14 now. That kill has just pushed that advantage for him in so much that he is just destroying Nisha. Nisha cannot come close to the wave. Every single time with that level advantage and the static link, Nisha gets beat back and he's having to slowly sort of catch up, killing neutral creeps. This is not where you want to be as a troll early on.
Slardar is also causing a lot of issues moving between Tier 1 and Tier 2 towers, so he can always backstab the mid lane and put a lot of pressure on the Darkseer so he can't get any farm. Darkseer doubled his CS in the last 2 minutes, sitting at 2 right now.
Bounty rune state looks to be, again, 3 bounty runes going to Nigma. They'll take the advantage on the gold. Doing a good job overall on the map. GH is going to be up top again, trying to force Zai away from any opportunity of grabbing any sort of creep wave.
Zai would gladly go to his jungle, but this is where Troll lives.
Now, Secret definitely being starved for resources on the top lane and the mid lane. They just are not places where they have the the hero composition to secure. They are going to try and do something to help out Zai a little bit top. Yapzor coming in, a toss back, will give him the space to take down the courier. So finding some sort of action up here. Miracle will step forward, start to trade onto Zai, forcing him to run away. Puppey's also headed up. They realize how rough of a time Zai is having up here. They want to try and do something to rectify it. Matu with that start can be left alone. They know that the Slark is fine to just try and get those that solo XP, get himself closer to 6. But both top lane and mid lane, it feels like Secret they've got to do something over here as these lanes are going disastrously.
Supports are not getting any farm at all on both of these teams.
Step over towards GH. GH, he's going to have Weehaw over it. Yapzor's got to run. Search will save him, but now Weehaw can turn towards Zai. Zai, he saved his support, but he cannot save himself because of it. A free, easy kill for Weehaw as he just momentarily steps across GH. He's not done. He's looking towards Yapzor, but won't be able to dive any further towards that tier 2. But this mid lane for Weehaw, it's entire free farm for him. It's entire free farm for Miracle on this top lane. Razor and Lifestealer are going to be out of control very early this game.
They need to bring 3 heroes to kill Wee on mid. If he gets the static, even if they get the back toss, he will still get the static link on the troll, and there's no way you're getting killed. Matthew decided to join and end the mind controls live here.
I mean, mind control's got a little bit of a smile. Yeah, there you go. He's having a bit of fun. He knows anytime that Slark turns up, he's done for. The level advantage, Matu with the 6. There's no escape as a poor old level 3 Underlord.
And different approach from Miracle than what he had in game number 2. So he's going for that Deso armlet build, cheap, cost-efficient item on top of Slardar's minus armor. Like, they need to be careful about the Roche. Once he finishes those 2 items, you lose 1 hero and suddenly Roche is gone.
Mid lane trying to push Weehaw back the best he can, but you see it on the net worth. It really is the state of the game at the moment where Nigma, they just have these 2 cores in a dream spot. Matu, he's in a great place, but there's 2 cores of Secret that have a lot of catching up to do. Both Nisha and Zai. Zai is sat bottom net worth right now as this Darkseer. Matu does continue the killing spree up top. We see them get the pick off back towards mid. Weehaw also diving in again, able to kill off Nisha. It's just, can Matu do enough this game to rectify the faults that Nisha and Zai have? He has 2 cores that are useless. Matu has got to carry this game harder than he's ever carried before.
1 more hit will do the trick.
He's 4-0-3.
Permanent charges already. That's a lot. Building that Diffusal Blade, it will cripple Underlord and Lifestealer.
But as I say, he's got to carry phenomenally. It's 8 minutes in. His offlaner is bottom net worth.
If he manages to carry them, someone will need to check his spine.
Now we're going to need to get him some serious massage therapy after this one. If it is going to be the case, as Nigma, 2K up. GH just messing with him.
He had enough.
Matu's going to turn and have a poke back. Not something he can commit for, though, as GH has got friends. Both Kuro and Mind Control are around. Puppey will take it up on himself to go for it. GH won't get in this time to cancel the channeling, as they do manage to take back that outpost as we get closer towards the 10-minute mark.
Can we switch back quickly to CS board to see how many CS Darkseer got? 14, all right, that's a lot. Slardar's been causing a lot of issues, but he has 0 CS. It's one of those position 4s who does not have any ways of farming, so he needs to either stack or get the kills.
See mid. They're going to try for a play on Weehaw here. The quick surge forward gets them the opportunity to toss him back. They're looking to burst down Weehaw, but the Fairy Fire's popped. He does get rooted. Can they save him? Weehaw still alive. He got him. Big kill for Puppey. Up against the 4 of Nigma. Gets him with the Purifying Flames to take Weehaw down.
Surge will cause a lot of issues in the mid game. They are lacking control. Slardar is the one, plus Pit of Malice. Not sure if that's going to be enough. Also, they have a Razor who's building the Yule Scepter, so that's going to be a big one. The Dispel and the ability to set things up.
But these are
lost another tower.
Very early movements from Nigma. Miracle with this incredible armlet timing. Because of such a free lane he had. Down bottom, Matu. Got to get away from this, trying to get around so he can pounce out, but GH is blocking him off. The Shadow Dance movement speed will allow Matu to jump away. GH He's going to continue to chase and mess around with him. Matu trying to stay out of vision to start benefiting from the regen. A TP's going to come down to make sure that he is safe as Puppey's here. Maybe Matu could look to try and turn. As he trades back onto GH, another crush holds him down, but the root's there from Puppey. The Absol's him with the wraparound 2. GH will not escape. As Matu, his killing streak continues. I think Secret at this point, they realize they've got to do everything to just propel this Slark's game to another level. He is the one to carry them right now, as both Nisha and Zai, they just have not had a game so far.
When GH played yesterday against the Alchemist, he did the same thing, just following the hero, so he can't farm. If he didn't give this kill to Slark, it would be so much worse because he's not getting any farm out of the lane. You're just forcing him to do stupid stuff in his own jungle, running away from you. Troll, did you see the item that he goes for? Nisha, thinking outside a box. Silver Edge, he wants to be able to break the Lifestealer, Underlord, Razor.
Okay.
Even Slaughter, there's a lot of things to break.
I mean, do you like it? Do you feel if you're behind as a Troll, this is sort of Nisha trying to do the big brain play and think how he can best have some sort of an impact as a teammate?
I wouldn't mind seeing maybe a Maelstrom just to speed things up, but then always BKB will be delayed because if you're playing greedy.
Well, a smoke up from Secret, looking to enable some action. This time Zai also joining the 2 supports to help out Matu find more blood down on the bottom half of the map. Yapsol looking for the lead and he surged forward, gets the chance for the toss back. They'll catch out GH. Another kill fed into the mouth of Slark. 6-0-3. Matu, all a Secret standing on his shoulders right now. As Nigma, they have the resources spread perfectly between their safe lane and mid lane. Miracle.
They finish this Deso in 1,000 gold. They go straight into Roche Pit with the Slaughter. This is how they've been playing for the last few days. Just get that Aegis online and go for tier 3 towers at the 20-25 minute mark.
Yeah, they're in their element right now, Nigma. This is exactly, I mean, this is better, I feel, than how they could have hoped for the game to go. They have got off to such a good start here in Game 4. And those objectives, they're going to sort of take themselves with the lineup they have. Secret's got to build towards some way that they can get Matu getting things done really elsewhere on the map. The bottom lane's been secured. That whole area is great for them. I believe his defusal should shortly be done.
It's done.
It's done.
So this will give them the damage. Underlord kind of recovered. He has the same amount of farm as Troll at the moment. That's the difference. You have this Firestorm, which increases your farming ability, especially when you have 4 points in it. They need to be ready for that, Roche. They have no vision hero, but they have a Surge. No points in Wall at the moment. He should definitely get one.
Just dropping the wall.
Well, not like that.
Casually hit. My Miracle, he's into the creep. Matu has come across, but with a quick rage and a TP, Miracle knows there is nothing to cancel it through the BKB, well, the match community.
That was a tough kill to get. He can always just TP out. You can't stun him when the rage is ready.
And space for Nigma to clean up what's going to be a third tier 1 tower here, 13 minutes in. They are taking over control of the map. Secret really being forced into a position where they've got to think incredibly active with the plays they make. Every move they make around the map with Matumba Man, it has to be flawless.
They still didn't kill a single tier 1 tower. This is a setup from Razor. The old Scepter showed up.
Straight into the stun combo, and with the Corrosive Haze, they can find kills so easily now. GH being level 6 just enables these hard right-clicking carries of his to clean up heroes in a matter of seconds.
Secret will need to dodge the fights. If they can get a kill, not on the Lifestealer, this is what you can try to do. Let's see if Troll
He's come out quite far,
can
Miracle.
do stuff.
And he doesn't have TP available. It's still on cooldown for 15 seconds. He needs backup. It's heading over. Are they going to be able to get there in
big
time?
Kill.
I don't think they are. The root's up, and they'll kill him off. Another kill added to the tally of Matumba Man, as Weehar and GH just cannot get in to punish them in return.
He should be more careful about not having TP ready because there's no items that or abilities that go through Rage TP at the moment.
As long as he has it, it is the perfect counterplay. 15-minute runes. Again, this time it's even better for Nigma. They pick up at least the 3 of them. Okay, Secret will get 1. It's the same. Both 5, 10, and 15-minute marks. Nigma have claimed the majority on bounty runes. Their gold lead will continue to be very stable here at this 4K advantage.
Look at the creeps. 2 centaurs, 2 ogre frost mages. That extra armor and the slow coming from it is going to be super efficient against the troll and Slark. Man, Yapster's been involved in 10 out of 12 kills. 0 deaths so far. Well, that's going to be the first one, it seems, unless Puppey drops the ulti.
Ooh, crushes off the mark. GH doesn't quite get close enough. There's actually a bit of a toss forward to try and get Matumaman in position to fight. Weeha looks towards the kill, but the false promise will save Yapzor.
Oh, the courier died. That was a full drum and the clumsy net on Slark. Clumsy net on Slark is extremely efficient because you can play the side lane and have a something to stop the TP with. Straight into Roche pit. Slaughter ulti plus that fresh death, so...
Correct. Needs a little bit of help outside of it. Actually, with the Centaur there, Matu can't commit after the Dark Pact ends. Secret know exactly what's going on, but what can they do about it? Roshan already down to half HP. Secret's got to contest this somehow.
Perfect
The wall's
wall.
going to be dropped. Matu being forced back. They're trying to get that Shadow Dance out of him early, so he doesn't have it for the potential steal. He won't need to use it. Heals up from Puppey. Keep him safe, as Matu's just going to try and work for the timing. He's looking to get in at the exact time needed. Nigma will step back. They don't want to bring Roche close to the point where Secret could get a potential steal off. They'll smoke up and look to try and get a kill before returning.
Huge wave approaching on the bottom lane,
Zai.
but you can't really leave.
He stepped a little too close. The initial crush is there, and that's all that's needed to take out Zyle. He'll be used up. Surge does not save him at this point of the game. They're a man down, and that
Time to
should be
back
enough.
off. Yeah, there's
Get
no
back
way
in.
they fight here. No Oracle ulti, no Darkseer wall. Someone should farm that bottom lane. A lot of XP and gold.
Is under attack. Dire structures are falling.
Everything continuing to go to plan for Nigma. This style of play that they've been very successful with. People wondered if it would be enough to cut it against Team Secret, and they're showing us here for effectively the third time. Sure, they didn't win game 1, but this early game that they play seems very strong against the style that Secret tries to bring.
Oh, nice positioning.
So if they can do it, defensive Yules will be removed immediately. GH is trying to head across to help out. The link's there, so Matu has to split. Pounces away, Puppey will be left.
It was a tough kill to get. Chen comes close, uses the mech, also had Hand of God ready. There's no way you burst him down. Cut the waves, that's the plan right now for Team Secret because they can't take this fight.
Swinging over towards mid, we are, of course, with that ample catch ready to start things off. Secret, they've constantly got to keep at least one support by Matumaman's side. And any sort of death on this Slark right now will be incredibly painful. They are buying time. You see Nisha, his recovery, it's certainly there. He's just about caught up to the farm of Weeha. Mid lane, a play, attempted to be made, but both a toss back and a vacuum won't be there. Matu can still dive in. There's a chance for the static link to come off. They'll try and split, and he's looking to get immediately back in there, but he's too deep. Or is he? Matu.
Right now they're just trying to delay push, force any kind of rotation from Nigma to cancel that push coming on the tier 3 towers, and they stopped them.
They're coming back in towards the mid lane. Matu, he's got to play careful. Dark Pact and a jump gets him out of the pit. An itemization. Diffusal straight into the Aghanims. An excellent item on Slark, and particularly so when you're playing against Razor.
He wants to be able to go in and out, so Oracle ulti can be used on a different target. Troll still split pushing on the top lane. I want to see the item on Troll. Did he actually decide to go for that? No. Yeah, he
went for
switched the farming item. Yeah.
I mean, you're right. If he did go for sort of the Shadow Blade Silver Age, that would have been incredibly all-in from Nisha.
And you're playing against Lardard, so
yeah,
they will have the vision on you, especially if they put down the Sentry Ward, so your assassination build is not going to be that effective. He might still swap back to that after he gets like a BKB.
And we do, continue to see, if this game does slow down in any sort of way, Nisha's farm, it is going to overtake. They may find a perfect setup onto him, though. They've headed over to this half of the map where Nisha has been getting away with quite a lot for quite some time. The link's there onto Nisha. See the wraparound from the start, trying to get on top of the support. Matsu's been separated from the squad, pounces down and TP's out. He'll make it away, but Puppey, YapzOr, Nisha, they're still caught in the fight. Chase back, jump forward, YapzOr finds the combo, but the burst heals there, and Miracle can now turn onto Nisha. False promise from Puppey will save him, but Puppey, he'll lose his life for this as GH bashes him up. Nisha is able to get the TP out in time.
They only got...
Oh! It wasn't enough heal in the fountain.
There's a lot of damage before that. I thought he was going to survive.
Yeah, maybe could have invested in a salve and got it going. I felt like
And a salve or fairy fire,
yeah,
just to be sure that you're not dying.
Dead in the fountain. Nigma, they'll look to get back on to taking these tier 2 towers with the troll dead and gone for 30 seconds. 20 minutes in, they're ready to go high ground. Here we have it once more. Nigma, they've set up perfectly to push on. And Secret, what have they got ready to defend? YapzOr attempts for the jump in, but he instantly gets rooted. They try and get him back to safety. A 4-staff will split him from Nigma. He'll live, but the tier 3 tower nearly taken out. Fortification buys it a little bit of time, but Nigma, they're not going anywhere. GH steps in for a cheeky slap onto Zai as the tier 3's down. Nigma onto the barracks at 21 minutes in. Nisha's back in the game. How can they hold? They'll send out the axes. Miracle just rage popped. He stands tall. He's still got that Aegis, so nothing to worry about as Nigma, they claim the first melee racks 21 minutes in. It's all going to plan once again for them in Game 4.
They got what they came for. Melee racks is Aegis still up and running for a minute, I believe. And the full BKB on Razor. So once again, they don't have an ability that goes through magic immunity. All pieces coming together for Nigma. Mech on Chen, Pipe to mitigate any kind of magical damage, so Tiny's combo will not be as efficient. He does not have a clear target in this game.
And with this Aegis, Nigma can just get so much done right. I mean, is there anything you feel that they're scared of, you know, that would stop them from going the high ground again? It feels like Secret, they're just not prepared. They're not ready at this stage.
They're not ready yet. They can try to backstab, take out the Chen first, so any kind of healing is used just to keep himself alive. Aegis is gone.
They weren't able to hold mid. Can Secret do anything to put a stop to this speed that Nigma's playing at? Matu is looking to try and get in from the back line. YapzOr jumps in, looks to combo down Kuro. Matu's on target, but the Ogre Frost Armor is keeping Kuro tanky. Shadow Dance has been committed early. It comes to an end. Have they got the change done? Matu's surrounded, will be able to pounce out of safety. Nisha gets in, finally finishes off Kuro. They've got the support kill, but Nisha, they've got to get him out to safety. The first force will
Where is it?
He pops the ult, but he's been surrounded. They have the kite potential. They can stun him up, lock him down. Nisha will surely fall as the ult ends. A final Yules up into the air, throws him down to his death as Nigma, they'll up to the high ground. Matu will be kept alive just in time, but the false promise will get back to base, but there's no safety for Zai. Zai to fall. GH over towards this Oracle. It's crumbling for Secret. It's falling apart. They need something incredible right now, and YapzOr
That's the back toss they needed.
They get the catch on Weehaw. What more can they go for? Miracle, he's still not done. He's just diving in straight
He's out of mana, but
Tiny.
21 charges.
Matu, he's draining the remainder of that mana, but he's caught in the pit. Matu's just dead. A triple kill for Miracle as Nigma, they are going nowhere. They're staying deep inside Secret's base. A vacuum will pull back the 3 of them, but the damage continuing to be done to Secret.
You can't man fight once you have that corrosive haze on you, plus the desert. That's too much minus armor.
GH is just straight in. Matu trying to commit, but the stuns are holding down his advances. Shadow Dance once again being used by Matu, but is only in an attempt to escape. The mid lane racks get cleaned up. The bottom racks do still stand. YapzOr, another toss back. They have to get a kill out of this, but GH, he finds the perfect setup there thanks to YapzOr for a 3-man crush. Miracle immediately forces YapzOr to get out. Zai has to use the surge to save him.
They're still kiting, but if they lose 1/2 heroes here, they have no buybacks, and Miracle just decided to hit the Raxes. Disarm, pops the Rage.
And they're taking it. They're taking this melee racks. There is no stopping them right now. Or maybe there is. The melee racks are still there. They're going to try and initiate. Secret go forth, but the BKB's up on Weehaw. Forward he goes straight away, looking at Matu now with the lifestealer inside, and they do want to reset. Nigma, they're going to respect Secret. They won't overcommit for the melee racks. They do not want to make any sort of mistake.
A lot of illusions from that wall, but they're going to go back in full HP. Also, they have Underlord to bail them if something goes wrong. Underlord itemizing to mitigate any kind of physical damage right now. Vanguard getting that Crimson Guard after that He's way too tanky to kill, so he stands in front of their face, using Pit of Malice to keep them in place.
Up he goes once more,
that
Miracle.
disarm.
These disarms very hard for both teams really to play around, but much harder for Secret as they're too far behind, it seems. 12k down right now, 25 minutes.
That's what they want to do. Go in, try to force any kind of item, any kind of ability. Puppy was forced to use ulti on himself, and that's what Nigma wants.
Up we go again, Secret. They're trying to get in, but they're immediately forced back. This melee Rex finally goes down. They have the full 5-man alive, pretty much the entirety of their ults available, but they still cannot do anything to stop Nigma coming in and taking these barracks from underneath their noses.
Seems like a plan for Nigma. Always seems so easy. We're gonna have a Miracle free farm, get that Deso pretty much, even though Weha has a lot of farm in this game and has done a ton of work. We get that first Rosh, build up the advantage until there's a second Rosh up. Now they have the lane presence from these mega creeps. So lanes are going to be pushed in, which allows them to take the second Rosh much easier.
And just everything, these auras, the frost armor, the courage constantly giving out to his teammates from the Ogre. Makes it so hard for Secret to really get any sort of fight in. They're going to try for the wraparound, catch someone on the back lines. In they come. There's the vacuum wall combination down onto Mind Control and Kuro, but they're seemingly just still too tanky. BKB popped by Weha as he gets him with the static link onto Nisha. Miracle just forcing Zai away, but Zai's stuck in the trees. He'll turn over towards Puppy, make sure there's no safety to offer. They've lost Nisha, they've lost Yapsor. It's a double kill for Miracle. They're going to tap out right now. GG is called, and Lacoste, we are getting that game 5.
That's what we wanted. We wanted to see these two teams play at the highest level, and Nigma, they stepped up. They might look like they have one